Okay, well, here we are. Thank you, everybody. The conclusion of the second race in the AMA Pro Racing Supersport Series. And once again, this series really provides some exceptional racing from start to finish. Today we have a little bit of reversal in the order here, but same main cast of characters. Today in third place, Cameron Beaubier on the Rockwell Racing Yamaha. And Cameron, you really were very impressive today. As I said to you before, there was one point where you and JD were running and it almost looked like perfect synchronized harmony. It was quite interesting. When you're riding with a guy like that right behind JD, are you doing that instinctively? Are you watching him? I mean, what's that like to be running nose to tail like that so perfectly for lap after lap?
Well, JD was riding really good, and I was just trying to look for places where he was weak, and I felt a little stronger, and just kind of waiting for a good chance to pass him and stuff.
I think we got to ask, there was the incident before the first red flag, and not an incident, I think it was just a part of the action. As you came into turn 10 there, it looks like you really went in there deep, and it almost got a little bit away from you, and you kind of forced out JD, but it looked like you were doing all you could to hang on. Well, tell us a little bit about that.
I was struggling a little bit there on the brakes, and that's one of the most popular passing points on the track. And I couldn't get by him for a while, and I finally outbroke him. And I thought my bike was ahead of his, and I just moved over on him a little bit. I thought he had more track than he did, but I didn't really mean to try to run him off track.
You know, your foot came off the pedal there a little bit. Was that just an instinctive thing to help you get slowed down?
Yeah, because we almost touched. I think we might have. I don't know, but yeah, I was just trying to get over to the inside.
Well, that was a great race, and well done all weekend. You're really very, very impressive. Huntley, you've improved one position from yesterday, and again, you continue this progression up through the ranks of the points and the podium. You did benefit from the restart, but you looked awfully racy at the beginning of each race, and then things kind of settled into a rhythm. Tell us why that seemed to happen, where they'd get away from you a little bit.
I mean, we were just about like a couple tenths off in their overall lap times, but I was losing a couple tenths in each of the most important corners, and it wouldn't really show effect until 5 or 6 laps in. So once we had the red flag and they only said 5 laps to go, I knew I had a chance again. So I just tried to stick it up there and have a good race to finish. But I got to call it short again. But
Well, you did a great job. JD, Rockwell Racing Yamaha, and Huntley with the LTD Racing Yamaha. All 3 Yamahas. Very impressive performance by that manufacturer. JD, really a tremendous race today, and you've really had a great weekend on your return to the series. You really led very convincingly in the early stages of the first part of the race, and then you had the moment with Cameron and then lost some ground. Do you think, had you been able to continue without a red flag, that you would have been able to catch up to him and rejoin the battle?
Yeah, I mean, after Cameron got by me, going through turn 1 up the hill, I was my blood was going a little bit fast, and I just was trying to hurry up and get to him a little bit, and I made a couple mistakes, but then I started catching him again, and then made another big mistake, and he pulled another gap, and we had about 6 laps to go. I mean, there could have been a possibility of me catching him, but he was riding great, and it sucks that we had the two red flags, because yesterday and today we haven't got to finish the race, but everybody's running great, and Huntley's going good. Cameron's riding great. I mean, you can't even tell it's his first year on a 600, but the bikes are working great, so it's fun.
Well, it certainly was a great performance by all 3 of you guys. Any questions, guys? Anything?
JD, so would you say you were happy to see the red flag come up, that first one, to allow you to close up that gap and get a fresh start?
Yeah, I mean, anybody would be happy. I mean, you're down that far, you want any advantage you can get, but it still sucks that for Cameron because he was riding really good. But I guess it's just racing, and I got really lucky there. But I can't count on it. So I gotta figure out next time. I gotta figure out how I gotta catch them faster.
What you gonna do with the money?
First, I'm gonna get a haircut. It's a little too hot out there with my hair, and then probably pay some tire bills, and then after that, it's probably gonna be gone.
I did want to, as you mentioned that, Evan, just to reiterate what we did outside was JD's the recipient of the Pro Racing Sports Marketing check for the Supersport rider that accumulated the most points between the two races. And JD Beach won that very convincingly today, although it could have been close there with Cameron. You gave him a run for it, so it was great. But here's the check, and JD's going to take that home, and, just like Happy Gilmore. So we really appreciate it. Congratulations to you for sure. All right, we'll cut these guys loose. Great job, and